Boy, oh boy, are you Fleetwood Mac fans fixing to come at me in the comments today when I have prepared myself. Apologies to my girlfriend, for she is one.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Today we're going to be talking about the complete, toxic, narcissistic, cheating, white trash train wreck that is the band Fleetwood Mac, and how people who think they're good are the same sheep who watch the Grammys and think, you know what? It's not rigged. There's no way. Fleetwood Mac fans were the Swifties of the 70s and 80s. I swear to God. And you'll talk about Taylor Swift fans all day and the Swifties being brainwashed, but you would shell out $700 for Stevie Nicks tickets and a flowing eBay lacy jacket so that you could go out in the aisles at the concert and spin in circles. Because white women love Stevie.
Oh, this is it, back up, back up, back up!
And while this video is rage bait, crapping on Fleetwood Mac fans for cheap views and engagement, one does have to reluctantly recognize that the lying, cheating, whoring, white trash addicts who made up Fleetwood Mac had some form of talent in order to fund their cocaine habits.
We are gonna party like the 80s.
GD Sasquatch presents Unheard History.
The year is 1967, and a drummer named Mick Fleetwood and a bass player named John McVie would get together and start a blues band. The name Fleetwood Mac would come from combining both of their names together. Super clever. Nobody's ever thought of that before. Fleetwood Mac started off successfully with a man named Peter Green as their guitarist. They leaned heavily into the blues scene and they caught a lot of traction. That is until some cracks began to form. And no, I'm not talking about crack cocaine. Yet. We're gonna get there.
The crack cocaine spider figured building webs was for suckers, waited till the caffeine spider was exhausted, then came up behind it and popped a cap in its ass.
You see, Peter Green was abusing LSD and it was exacerbating a mental health issue that he already had. He promptly left the band, which led to revolving doors of members coming in and failed albums and near financial collapse for Fleetwood Mac. And by the early 1970s, Fleetwood Mac was barely holding it together until fate would bring them in contact with a struggling couple from California. Nothing bad ever comes out of California, does it? In 1974, Mick Fleetwood would hear a song called Frozen Love in a studio, and he was blown away by the guitar work in that song. So he reached out to the guitarist and tried to bring him into the band. Lindsey Buckingham, the guitarist, was interested, but he refused to join without bringing his baggage. I mean, his girlfriend, Stevie Nicks, into the band with him. Mick and John rolled the dice, snorted some lines, and said, yeah, sure, what the hell? What's the worst that could possibly happen with that? And I guess that would become, that they would all become millionaires, go figure. And with that, they bring in Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Now the band has two couples in it. You have Lindsey and Stevie, and you have John and his wife, Christy. And one drummer, who would shortly begin banging his way through the band. We'll get to that. In 1975, they struck gold with their self-titled album, which would go platinum 9 times.
9 times.
Selling between 9 and 9.5 million copies worldwide. But this new success would start cracking the glue that held them together. And it was not very good glue. In 1976, fresh off the self-titled Fleetwood Mac high, the band entered the studio to start work on another album called Rumours. And this is where you drama-addicted vampires really get sucked in. Almost as much as Mick Fleetwood got never mind. Let's paint a picture here.
So today, let's have a happy accident and see what we can make out of it.
Smoke-filled recording studio. Lines of cocaine on tabletops stretched out so long They were referred to as the California Border. Two couples in the midst of breaking up, and one extremely horny drummer who's fixing to run through the women of the band quicker than Usain Bolt can run and win an Olympic gold medal.
But here comes Usain Bolt.
Nobody's talking to each other. Band members only communicate through the producers. Lindsey Buckingham thinks Stevie Nicks is out being a complete skank. Stevie says Lindsey is an angry, controlling, bitter ass. Christine McVie is cheating on her husband with some brand new dude, and they broke up. And that man with the dog in him, Mick Fleetwood, just found out his old lady was banging his best friend. So given all of this, Rumours is bound to collapse. It's going to be a complete flop, right? Wrong-o. The band all starts writing songs about one another. And I mean like pretty vicious songs about one another. Lindsey Buckingham goes on to write Go Your Own Way, which is about Stevie Nicks being a complete skank. Stevie writes Dreams in retaliation to Lindsey. Christine McVie writes a song called You Make Loving Fun about her new boo thing, and then she lies to her husband, claiming it's a song about their dog.
You know, sometimes I get thinking that she's cheating on me.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Mick Fleetwood writes The Chain about all of them being dramatic prima donnas, which consequently is the only song on the album that credits all 5 members. Lindsey Buckingham punches holes in the wall of the studio, being a complete Kyle like he is.
Oh, that's a lot sturdier than I thought it would be.
Stevie screams at him like a shrill witch. They all yell at one another. Buckingham smashes a guitar in frustration. Mick Fleetwood is nailing both women in the band at some point.
2 chicks at the same time, man.
And during all of this, they're harmonizing with one another, singing songs about how much they freaking hate one another. And what happens when they finish? The album is damn near flawless, and all the drama queens and kings out there fork over big bucks to own it.
Shut up and take my money.
Rumours would spend 31 weeks at #1 and sold over 40 million copies worldwide, going diamond. But the success only made things worse for the band, if that's even possible. Drug use intensified, egos exploded, Buckingham became increasingly controlling in the studio, and by the late 80s, Stevie Nicks would have to enter rehab. Lindsey Buckingham would quit, and Christine McVie also walked away from the band. But somehow the band limped on despite the reunions, relapses, and lawsuits. So why does this chaotic, drug-abusing train wreck of humanity called Fleetwood Mac still resonate with millions of people today? It's because they put their flaws on display. Their hatred showed through in their performances. And the music was real, it was messy, and despite addictions and promiscuity within the band, the talent remained on display. People love Fleetwood Mac because their music is real, and even though I love to hate them, they were more successful than I ever will be. So all you haters in the comments, recognize I know my place. Hey guys, if you liked this video, if you hated this video, drop a comment down below so I can tell you that you're wrong, unless you liked it, and I'll tell you that you're right. Give this video a like and a share, and I'll see you next time.